Last game of the night. Fnatic versus Team Liquid. Game number 2. Liquid just spanked Fnatic pretty hard in game 1 and need to close it out 2-0 to really make their group stage standings look a whole lot better after losing to VGR 0-2 just before this series. Fnatic, meanwhile, obviously looking to be able to close out the draw. Their standings in the group, not so good either. Blitzdota, Fnatic, if they draw here, could they even still make it through?
I think they can.
They'd have to like 2-0 just to get tiebreakers.
Well,
or
that would
something.
give them. They would finish 3 points for the day, and that would put them below everybody. I think maybe tied near the bottom. But I think if they win out, maybe they have a chance at win or tiebreakers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who they play tomorrow. That'll determine a lot. So tomorrow they have to play MVP Phoenix.
Okay.
Wait, that might be one of their better matchups.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about
that. They have a lot of familiarity there.
Right.
And then they have to play VGR, which has not looked unbeatable.
Yeah.
So they've gone most of their hard matchups. I think they've gone most of their hard matchups out of the way.
Yeah, those are actually the easier matchups if you look at this.
But they absolutely need to win this game. Because I think if they win this game, then at most they can have 7 points, which might be enough to at least get in tiebreakers. I'm not certain about it. But I think if they lose the next game, almost no matter what, they're out. Because they would be behind eHome and DC. And Newbie.
Alright, well, start things off. All their hopes riding on this game, and it's going to be a Batrider first pick for Fnatic. Team Liquid instantly responding with the Nyx Assassin again. Last time we had Invoker and Phoenix that would have been quite good against. This time, just the Batrider so far. Team Liquid apparently feeling quite comfortable with this hero now.
Yep. Seems like they do like it. I think the hero itself, laning phase-wise, I'm not sure if Liquid's overrating it just because of... I feel like it was a little bit of an anomaly.
Yes.
Relying on something that... Whatever happened at top, I don't think you can hope that hits twice.
First of all, he matched up against a dual lane.
Yes.
Second of all, that dual lane went really poorly.
They casually gave him 2 kills in the most odd fashion, I think. And then he just ran into DJ like 30 seconds later with his ultimate up. I don't think you can anticipate those kinds of moves happening.
Very likely that it will be a off-lane Nyx Assassin as the bounty hunter being picked up. With that Nyx Assassin means 4th position is already covered. Bane going to be the pickup now for Fnatic. Not sure about this one, but we'll see. Bane hasn't been highly prioritized as a support so far in this tournament, that's for sure.
5 seconds remaining.
I think teams are kind of okay with him, but there's
just other supports that are more valuable right now, right?
Exactly. So Batrider, Bane, 1-2 pickup, Liquid, Nyx Assassin, Bounty Hunter. I think gonna see some. Let's see. Oh, you know what the counter though to Bounty Hunter and Riki heroes like that? You want some tanky guys.
Yeah.
You just want like beefcakes. Guys that just like lift on a daily basis.
Fanatics turn
Bane has some pretty skinny arms, but something about him does let him be.
He has inner beauty.
He's got
inner beauty. You know what it is? It's like when a mom sees like a tree trunk fall on her kid or something.
I wasn't actually gonna make that analogy. I was just gonna make that analogy of like the super skinny kid, but he's kind of crazy and
no. I'm thinking of like
fight.
Soccer mom that sees like a tree trunk fall on her kid.
I mean, it's kind of both the fight or flight response, right?
Yeah.
So Bane's just jacked up on adrenaline or something.
Dude,
so
Bounty Hunter's like this. He's like this 5'6" guy, who's just really fast. You know, he just hits you in the knees repeatedly. So you gotta build a wall around him.
He runs around with his arms behind him, all Naruto style.
Yeah, exactly. Does he have to run past you twice to make sure that you saw him? And you know, you just like that's why heroes like Ogre especially are good against bounty. Because what's an Ogre gonna care? Like a bounty's just like poking him. He's like, congrats.
Yeah.
8 armor full.
Yeah.
Good regen.
Bounty Hunter pops out on a Bane, he's just gonna get brain sap. Huskar and
5
Lifesteal are going to
seconds
be banned away
remaining.
by Fnatic. Team Liquid will opt to ban out the Terrorblade and the Naga Siren.
Reserve time.
Maybe to keep it out of both Fnatic hands and Liquid. Seeing as that Naga Siren for Liquid was not so hot.
That was not the play.
No.
It looked like it was going to be really cool
Yeah.
until everything fell apart.
Until it definitely wasn't.
It looked like a cool out draft for a second, but Rubik going to be the pickup.
Fnatic's
Obviously, one of the
turn
better
to
heroes
pick.
against Bane. They needed a lane presence hero, but I think to pair with this Rubik, they need something very strong in the safe lane. Man, I'm just thinking about. I'm going to rewatch the VODs later, but just it seems weird that in 2 straight games,
10 seconds
VGR just
remaining.
completely abandoned the offlane, and Liquid chose to offlane. So Liquid had a
5
completely
seconds
uncontested
remaining.
safe lane in 2 straight games, and they got whomped by a team that didn't even bother sending anybody down there. And when they did,
Reserve
they
time.
just casually fed heroes away. Seems odd.
Liquid's turn to pick.
Timbersaw into a Nyx Assassin. Not that Nyx Assassin will entirely shut down Timbersaw, but he's pretty good. Mana burn, obviously quite strong. The Spike Carapace stopping the
10
Timber Chain,
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
very good as well.
I think Rubik is actually really annoying against
5
most Timbers,
seconds remaining.
because Timbers just always casually throw out their ultimates, and Rubik is just like wonk. Plus, you
Reserve
can't really
time.
burst down a Rubik, and a Jerax Rubik is always a treat. I will say though that I think right now, Mushi seems like the player on their team that seems like he's a little bit out of sorts. It felt like in the
Yes.
last game he was playing too desperately, and I rewatched some of the VODs from him yesterday as well, and it felt like we're just not seeing the Mushi that we normally see. Like when I think of Mushi, I think back to those TI3 Orange times where he just went off on everybody. TI4 with DK felt like one of the most versatile players. I really hope this
Fnatic's
guy,
turn to pick.
even after today, there's still a lot of TI to play. I think he'll still show us a good performance.
Liquid's turn to
Ooh.
ban.
That is pretty rough. Timbersaw and Alchemist for Fnatic. Right after Liquid picked up a Juggernaut. I'm feeling this draft for Fnatic. I don't know about you, Blitz.
I am
but
too.
I just think that
10
Liquid is just
seconds
going to run
remaining.
out of damage.
I actually was about to say the same thing, just because I don't think
5
this kind
seconds
of lineup deals
remaining.
well with what they have. Although the Juggernaut mid is quite good against the Timbersaw mid, but I don't necessarily
Reserve
think that's
time.
going to be a Timber mid. They could even just put
Not
him one-on-one
anymore.
against the Nyx.
Yeah.
They can have Bane camp mid for the Bounty Hunter.
Yep.
Then they just put Bat Rider in the off lane, which will be fine against. Then Timber one-on-ones against the Nyx Assassin.
Uh-huh.
All things A-okay.
10 seconds remaining.
If you did not look at the sports, obviously they're going to have a pretty big impact
5
on the mid lane.
seconds
But
remaining.
Juggernaut versus Alchemist, how do you think that goes?
I think Jug does okay, but Alk is just trying to get to 6 as fast as he can.
Fnatic's
I know for a
turn
fact
to
that
ban.
Jug versus Timber, Jug does fine.
Yep.
According to Black.
Yeah. We've watched that matchup multiple times and leading up into TI.
But Alk versus Jug, I think Jug does okay. I think both of them trade farm with maybe Jug getting a little bit more because he
10
has spin
seconds
potential.
remaining.
So if damage is the problem, or lack
5
thereof, for
seconds
Team
remaining.
Liquid, what buffs that up? What last pick
Reserve
option
time.
is there for Team Liquid?
They need a carry that'll deal a lot of damage, and Huskar is banned, as is Lifestealer, because those are the two I would say. Then I think there's only one real option here. And his name is Anti-Mage.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Or his
Or
name is
waiting
Anti-Mage.
with bated breath. Anti-mage or anti-mage?
Anti-Mage or Lycan.
Hmm.
Or no, wait, Ursa would be Onage. I think Ursa's like a free win for Liquid here.
Oh yeah.
I think
That is a
Fnatic
good
should ban
point.
Ursa. If I'm Fnatic, I'm banning Ursa, because I think Ursa maybe just gives you a free win.
They banned the Tinker instead.
Fnatic's
Okay.
turn to
Well,
pick.
maybe I'm wrong here, but I think Ursa would be quite the luxury hero.
Fnatic needed support. If they're gonna go for the lanes that we
10
talked about, they
seconds
could
remaining.
just get a roamer. They could get some kind of jungler. They don't
5
necessarily need a
seconds
laning
remaining.
phase support if they're going to go for the Timbersaw matched up one-on-one against Nyx.
So they need a.
Reserve time.
Oh, I need time here. Maybe I don't know. They need something offensive with the stun. If it's Fnatic, so they'll do something
For
weird.
position Beastmaster?
Earthshaker or Wisp.
10
That'll
seconds
be-
remaining.
That'll be my guess. Earthshaker or
5
Wisp.
seconds remaining.
What about a
Enchantress.
4-position Beastmaster?
Okay.
Or a 4-position
Liquid.
Enchantress?
All right. So we
Turn to
said
pick.
Liquid. I am pretty sure Ursa. I will stick with that. I think Ursa's a very strong hero here.
Even better against Enchantress, but instead they go Morphling.
I really thought that this was. Ursa is great against all three of those heroes,
Yes.
especially against those two cores. I feel like that hero munches on them. The good news though is that Fnatic can't kill Morphling. Maybe through.
Maybe with a Fiend's Grip or the right lasso, but unlikely.
Liquid have a lot of different ways to stop. That Ursa looked like he was going to be sick though.
Apparently you can't quite get fully into the head of Team Liquid. Let's Dota.
I don't know, man. Who knows?
Need to coach a little harder.
Probably.
10 seconds remaining.
Give us the truth. They fired you, didn't they?
More or
Before
less.
TI.
5 seconds
It was like a
remaining.
really heartfelt conversation. Yeah, well, look at them now. Alright, so
Jesus.
player who places the most Hobbs wards by 15, I will say Kuro, because he's playing an Invis hero. How long will the
Prepare
game
for
be?
battle.
That's a complicated one. Don't look at my answer.
37 to 44.
Total number-
Total number of teleports canceled by stun.
Keep in
by
mind there's a
25
Bat Rider.
minutes. Go for 2. Total number of player deaths by 10. I don't feel like there's going to be a whole lot.
Alright, my predictions
Except
are
Enchantress.
locked in.
Locked in. What? I don't know
Don't
why
do
I
that.
alt-tabbed.
Don't do that.
I'm not sure why I alt-tabbed. It was like second nature.
I do it all the time, don't worry.
All right, we are off. Game number 2, Team Liquid.
30
Fnatic.
seconds to battle.
Both need a win. We are going to start off with Liquid contesting the top rune via a smoke and an attempt at a first blood on mid one. Oh, the smoke pops on Fada. Mid one sees it, starts running right, but it's right into the hands of Team Liquid. They will get the stuns required
He is super dead.
and get the first blood.
Alright, the worst part about that is that Fada's gonna pick up the first blood, he's gonna get the bounty
The
rune,
battle begins.
and mid one had to level Timber Chain, which,
Yeah, that's real bad.
yeah. And on top of that, he's gonna have to use a lot of his money that he had saved up for DP instead. So that's gonna give Mind Control a little bit more incentive to do well in this lane, whereas, like we talked about, that is exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna give the Timbersaw the one-on-one matchup, which is very typical nowadays.
Mind Control going to start off by pulling the creep wave, and this is made all the worse because mid one doesn't have reactive
Oh, no!
armor yet.
Nor does he have Whirling Death, which would also be kind of helpful here.
Yeah.
And this.
Doesn't have a Quelling Blade.
Oh no, you missed the creep on the Timber Chain.
Oh, no. So many things going wrong for mid one. Would Mind Control have done this? Yeah, he probably would have done this anyway, right?
Yeah. If it was the Bane, maybe the Bane sleeps and creeps go away, but we already knew that the Bane was going to camp mid, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And in this mid lane, Kuro patiently trying to wait out the courier, but Fnatic, next level, David blaming him, not even going to send it in. Man, this game already off to a rough start. It still does have 4 CS though, so it's fine, but
And they've got a DJ Enchantress. And DJ Enchantress, I think, is the only thing that can save Liquid from this rough start.
yeah. Mind Control? Not going to level up.
Start going on the Bat Rider. The Enchantress is making his way over, and they're going to be able to find Jarex. Already getting a little bit of sticky napalm damage. Kuro not going to be able to save Jarex here, and this should be our first kill for Fnatic. Liquid, no contest there.
No, don't think they could have really helped him in any case. That was just going to be a hard save.
So DJ makes his first strike.
Yeah,
It's a successful one.
He is going to have to do a lot in this game. Just because I think Liquid this game gonna have a pretty decent time of it.
Fada should be able to kind of free farm in this mid lane even when he's facing up against the Bane. He's got boots and a poor man's shields. He's sending himself a bottle quite soon. Mind Control, meanwhile, has to deal with mid one, pushing out the wave and pulling. So he may actually lose some experience advantage to mid one.
Yeah, gonna be a pretty significant amount as Mind Control. Not gonna be doing too much here as bottom lane, Matama Man and Eric's just continue to get more and more annoyed by DJ as he does DJ things.
Some damage on a Matamba Man. Waveforms away. Cherix would have actually died if it wasn't for the fact that he was holding on to a TP scroll.
This has been horrible for Liquid so far, though. This Batrider,
Oh,
although in mid.
Alchemist ends up going down. Looks like Hiroki came in and 343 wasn't actually able to be there in time for the Nightmare.
Still,
it's pretty rough.
Offlane is going very well for Fnatic. Just because of this Enchantress being such a nuisance right now, and it looks like they want to dive on the Jerix again, who is lacking regen heavily.
No TP this time around.
They've got to be careful. I think liable to die here. They might even just make a move on the Matama Man and try to force him to pop the wand. Instead, he's going to waveform out, and it's going to force Kuro to come down here and right the ship as in mid lane.
Spin goes out. Fada does what he can. Kuro. He's here, but I really don't see them actually killing anybody.
Yeah, in fact, Dust is going to get popped.
Now, Kuro's going to be caught. Did you manage to get the telekinesis, stopping some of that Firefly damage? Ohio gets a little bit more sticky napalm. That's it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's rough, though. Look at mid. Fada just grabbed himself a double damage rune, and he's about to get his level 6, so need to be careful in this mid lane.
It's alright. The Alchemist got the rune that he really cares about.
That is true. But it all means nothing. If he dies again to Fada. Spin on to Mushi. They're going to lose a lot of their creeps. If they stay grouped up, they shouldn't have a problem, though.
Yeah. Provided you stand.
Broky is going to come across here. DJ dropping pretty low here. In fact, if they get this hit, it's going to be a lot. Waveform will finish him up. Matama Man already low, doesn't actually have a whole lot of magic wand charges. Kuro is hoping just to be able to slow down Ohio, but the body blocks beautiful. Set in just enough. Kuro barely going to be able to escape from the flames.
Oh, they are both so low. 343 going to drop the sentry.
He sees Kuro, almost gets the brain sap. Kuro surely saw that animation. Not going to happen. Meanwhile, mid lane being dove heavily. Alchemist behind the tier 1 tower. DJ now TP's in. Mind Control at half HP, but not like DJ can do anything without it. His creeps.
Yeah, awkward situation at bottom. You notice that Jerix was trying to do his best to come in, but it was odd just because he had 100 HP. There's a Firefly down. He felt like he couldn't walk into the flames. Instead, they disengage as 343. Just immediately going to sleep up Mind Control and any kind of thoughts of going for that bottom engagement.
He just slip away. What is Mind Control doing? Rotating like that before level 6.
He's just doing things. I mean, he got a kill mid on Mushi.
Yeah.
And
it just seemed weird that he would rotate from there to bottom lane, but 6-minute rune.
Oh.
Okay. That will not be his.
I think that's going to cost Mind Control's life. Yeah. He is mega dead trying to go for that rune.
That was so many levels of not worth.
Indeed. As Fada's going to walk into this jungle, see a bunch of camps and just start spinning at him. If you can get a lot of these small ones,
that'll really hurt the Alchemist.
Yeah, as gonna pop the bottle, and 343 is gonna walk in here. Maybe even run into him on his way to stack, as they might have an inkling that he's here.
Yeah, they use the scan. Fada knows his time is short. That's why he goes to the TP out while he finishes up that camp.
Oh, 343 was so close. He just stole that entire camp, though. That was 343's life.
Mind control, is he going to be caught again? The lasso's there. He still has the spike carapace. Will be able to get a small distance. Stuns onto the creep. That just left him in the flames a little bit longer. Get away, though. Ohio unable to finish him off.
Yep. So upside right now for Fnatic, though, is that their top lane, Timbersaw, continues to get absolute free farm. He's doing quite well for himself right now. Third in net worth. For Liquid, the good news is that their Jug is still in a pretty good position. In fact, he leads net worth even over that Alchemist, especially after taking all that stack. He's going to have a hefty level advantage over everybody in the game. Doesn't mean too much, though, as Alch will just continue to do Alch things.
You think you've slowed down an Alchemist, and then he finishes his third, fourth item before you get your second. He will have an armlet coming in. What is it about the shift? The Alchemists are picking up the armlet before Radiance now.
Well, he's pretty much unkillable when he pops his ultimate, and the armlet, it solves all of his problems in terms of the armor that he gets, general bump in HP.
Baited. Go for the Jarix Rubik replicate. Turns out to be a fake.
Oh man, Lushi found another bounty rune. Gonna pretty much complete his Radiance. That's what that item does.
Bottom tower has fallen.
So he picks up armlet, picks up one bounty rune, and boom.
Okay.
Uh-oh, telekinesis, and that's good enough. Mind control lands his
way more than
combination, and now they can actually get some damage on this tier 1. Fada's even taken it up for them as the healing ward definitely dodging Alchemist's attempts at denying it.
Yeah, and they are just gonna dust and kill Kuro.
What?
That was very greedy.
That team was not on the same page, that's
No,
for sure.
they can't really dive in that position just because the Alch had his chemical rage going. It felt like Kuroki wanted to force everybody in, but Liquid are like, we just can't do that. All the spells are expended. So very poor mind control. Gonna go for the Iron Talon as Bushi just continues to do Alch things.
Never stop, Mushi. Never stop. Enchantress gonna have to turn into a core eventually for Fnatic, and he's already got the Ogre Club.
He just got so much gold from popping that bounty rune. He's got like 600 gold, man.
And
Fada's gotta be careful.
really loves Cop and Tower hits.
That is his jam.
Does seem like it. Meanwhile, Mind Control is looking for the pick off on Mushi. Counter ward already laid out, coupled with an Observer ward, so they know exactly what is happening here.
Yeah. Instead, they're gonna go for 3-4-3, and they should spot him here as long as Mind Control doesn't miss the stun, and he doesn't.
Hoping for a nightmare tonight. Oh, he almost had that one too.
That was very close.
And one pushing well past the tier 1 tower. Gets a lot of damage onto Matumba, man.
Mushi's just
gotta be careful. Juan's up right before he's hit by the chakram.
Mushi's just gotta keep hoping for all those bounty runes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, and mid.
Jesus, mid one, calm down.
He almost did get Matumba, man. Matumba just has enough to survive the burst, but nobody from Liquid gonna help out as they're all on their way to top. Just taking this tower is Ohio. Was not very effective in that last game, but has done a very good job in this
They're
game.
gonna try for it. Mid one is almost completely out of mana. Mind control TP'd in, tries to bait out with the spike carapace, not gonna happen. And now DJ actually pops the dust thinking they can kill mind control, but the triple impale on the two creeps and DJ himself stops that bit of aggression. Now Fnatic swarming around that tier 1 tower will finally claim it in exchange for their top tower.
Yeah, Glyph gonna get popped.
Are fortified.
Wada actually stopped his TP, already anticipating that that wasn't really going to be a fight. And 3-4-3 looking for an opportunity to get his Fiend's Grip off, but it's going to go home with nothing right now. And Mushi is getting a good amount of gold, and now going to push out that top lane as Bada still doesn't have a TP. He's got to be careful here. Invis mind control on the hunt. Liquid all coming in here. They're going to spot this too as mind control barely doesn't get dusted now.
No, they thought they were going to be able to get it with that scan. That just means Mid1's going to die to mind control instead. Fiend's Grip plus the lasso controlling two different heroes. Mind control is actually going to die to that one. Ohio's going to cut across here, trying to lay over Matumba Man. Matumba Man goes for it, but the Brain Sap is just enough, keeping 3-4-3 alive. Kuro. There is not any other counter vision left for Fnatic. They can't really turn, especially with Fnatic coming in from behind. The Omni Slash not enough to finish off any one hero, but with the help of Matumba Man as well as Jarek, they'll finish off both.
Yeah, very well done by Liquid as they sandwich in right there. Unfortunately, they lost their very poor Nyx Assassin, but not going to matter too much as now they're going to grab this mid tower. Timbersaw just going to TP by himself here. Might have been a mistake as Jarek.
Here he is. He stole the lasso and he controls him. No.
Mid1 did not check that because
no.
if he knew that Jarek's...
Not.
I remember that he stole it before because Jarek's got hit by it and... I mean, it's just odd to steal because he was the one that was lassoed to begin with. And Ohio didn't drop any sticky napalm charges. I can only imagine he was out of mana. So that had to have come as a surprise as Mid1 just dies back to back. That is the worst possible result for this Timbersaw right now.
Mind Control has found Mushi, but Mind Control's rotation over in the first place was again scouted by this counter ward and observer ward combination.
And what? That's still got to be such a surprise. Mid1's got to just be like scratching his head like, how do you steal lasso?
Yeah.
When you got lassoed.
Even then, you could say that TP, not worth it.
Oh, definitely
lasso
not.
or not.
Well, if there's no lasso, then he gets lifted. Probably doesn't get bursted because he can just...
But if he gets shurikened when he goes for the Timber Chain,
yeah, that's true.
it's just like a little bit of... Like, there's
it's unnecessary.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
unnecessary is the big thing.
Not worth the risk. Kuro, scouting out Mid1. If the rest of the team comes over, they can kill him a third time. Mind Control gonna be trying to lead the way here with the Impale. No need to go for the Vendetta hit.
3 times
he
again.
will be able to get the Impale landed. The rest of the disables are there. Third time is definitely not the charm for Mid1.
He started off so good in this game. Remember, he had an almost 3 laning phases. Mind Control led the lane at like level 4 to go around and gank. And ever since then, he has just been terrorized on this map. And Liquid, they're trying to push all the advantages they can because they know this Alchemist is lurking in the shadows, just continuing to farm.
Lana pushing forward. They're actually going to go for Mushi here. They drop him almost immediately thanks to the Omni Slash. Burst nukes coming in from the Rubik as well.
I cannot believe that Mushi decided to show up. We thought that he was just going to continue to farm, but instead, Liquid just going to get a freebie. Yeah, they're going to slow down that Radiance, get a lot more net worth on their Juggernaut, who's almost got a full Battle Fury now. He's going to transition into a core of his own. Yasha Battle Fury at 16 minutes is nothing to smirk at, as Lincoln's is going to come onto the Morphling, and Liquid just giving a freebie right now.
A lot of pings going down back and forth. Fnatic do have some idea that Liquid are in their jungle. They pushed out as a group to see if they can catch anybody, specifically one of the Invis heroes, but not the case here.
Yeah, Jarex has gone off in this game again, and Fnatic right now still fighting for that top 4 dream. No team wants to go into the best of 1 lower bracket, as we talked about, with how close all the teams
Mind
are.
Control's gonna pop the smokes. They knew about this one too. Almost sure of it. Because the combination of ward vision from this and this, they got a lot of information about where Fnatic were going.
Also, Jarex was very aggressively pushing out that top lane.
Yeah.
Nobody dealt with him. That had to have triggered some warning signals from Team Liquid, as that's information. And right now, up at top, Mushi just continues to farm. Is pretty close to that Radiance. Just gonna proc his ultimate.
Spin to win. Otto will clean up the creep
might
wave.
just die here.
He's got an Invis rune though.
No, he's perfectly fine. I thought the Bat Rider was coming, but
Speaking of Bat, Ohio, getting closer and closer to that Blink Dagger.
I would have thought he had it in a game, especially the type of game that he was having. But I think after all those lost team fights, they are going to spot Fada though. They know that He is invis, even fire flying over. Just gonna kind of trigger some game sense from Liquid.
Medallion over
Mech.
over mech.
I think it's okay.
Just because the just trying to amp up the quick physical damage of Juggernaut and Morphling to pop heroes like the Timbersaw or Alchemist.
When you get the Solar Crest, it's really good against the Enchantress. And the fact that Alk is... They only have 2 ways to deal physical damage on this team.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's more about the defensive or offensive options of Medallion?
Probably defensive.
Okay.
I know Kuro just likes this item in general.
Yeah.
Tamaman gonna take this bottom tower. Taking it easy as Fnatic are gonna make a move into the jungle. They might even run into somebody here. Nope. Liquid just pinging around that area. They know. They've sensed it.
Well, they get some aggressive vision up, and that's about it.
Most of this comes from the fact that if Matamaman's pushing bottom right now, nobody's pushing out this top lane. They can just kind of process of elimination, decide that something's happening on the other side. And without a Blink Dagger, they can't even punish, as Fada knows now he's going to start making his move over.
He just picked up the Blink Dagger. He'll find the opportunity. Catching 3-4-3. The spin will give them the kill, and it's a track kill at that.
They have got to all get out.
Mid one, he's got a TP. Mind control, closing the gap, though, slowly but surely. The TP in. Matumbaman has found mid one. Long Timber Chain away, though. Might be able to get away. Fada is close on the case. Looks like he Omni-slashed earlier, but it wasn't enough to kill.
He tried to go for the Alchemist, who was TPing out, but unfortunately overestimated his damage, as Alk with his Chemical Rage and Armlet is very hard to take down. And now Mushi is starting to get a little bit of separation away from the other 2 cores of Liquid, but it's everybody else that just completely trails behind on the side of Fnatic. Their 1500 net worth Bane, who is coveting right now that win lace.
5,500 on Batrider, and okay, double dust. Neither of which hit the Invis hero.
That's... They can't do that. That's more than 10% of 343's net worth. Can't just throw away money like that. You've got a feel right now for Fnatic, because they're trying to make smoke plays happen. They're being active around the map, but they just haven't found anything right now. As Liquid are just moving them around the map. Liquid feel comfortable because they have 2 very strong core scaling. Especially after killing mid one like 4 times in a row. I think that was kind of when they told themselves, okay, now we're comfortable. Like at one point, this guy was on his pace for something like a 14-minute Bloodstone, which would have really changed the game.
And now, turns into a 20-minute Bloodstone. But maybe they have the chance to bring it back if they can just win one good team fight, get some Bloodstone charges in, maybe take away the gem of Team Liquid.
Yeah. I think if Fnatic can just continue to hold, maybe if the Alk gets absolute slotted, but it's not even the Alk that I'm worried about right now, it's the rest of the Fnatic heroes, because I think Liquid have enough to deal with just the Alk. We talked about them, us being concerned about whether or not Liquid have enough damage. Well, just through the virtue of how much farm all the cores on Liquid have been able to pick up, I don't think that's a concern anymore.
Yeah, Morphling's damage is obviously gonna get greater and greater as time goes on, so there is a bit of a ticking time bomb. That watery devil.
Especially Fada. This build is pretty greedy, the Yasha and the Battle Fury.
Yeah.
He's got almost no stats, but he farms. And farms.
And it's going to farm a Roshan. With that double damage, looks to be pretty easy. They get scouted out by the Enchantress' Dart Troll Summoner, but it does not matter one bit. Team Liquid will protect their Roshan to the death, but Fnatic, again, no contest from them.
Yeah, there's almost no way that they can fight this anymore. Like, this is pretty much a free Roshan, and they struggled to kill this Morphling before. It doesn't get easier than this.
Mm-hmm.
What are you meant to do in this position where you get behind, Liquid are just farming all around the map, they're splitting up both cores efficiently. The Nyx assassin doesn't even need farm anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure Mind Control's given up on items. He's just like, I'm gonna roll around Invis with a Blink Dagger now. That's my game.
Well, I can tell you one thing Fnatic could hope for.
Hit me.
The Ethereal Blade of Matumba Man is picked up and used at the same time as Juggernaut's Omni Slash.
Oh, stick.
Dire's middle tower is
That's what
under
you all in
attack.
on?
Yeah. That's what you all in on.
Oh, Liquid are just pushing down this mid lane. Now they realize that Alk isn't quite there, and Mushi has to come back to defend. Throws
Radiant's
down.
top tower is under attack.
Looks like they want this pick off on whoever TP's in and defends this tower push. But
Dire's bottom tower is
Fada,
under attack.
I mean, they could have conceivably killed him maybe before this Manta was complete.
Yeah.
But now I think he's just got enough stats to survive through the burst.
Yeah, I meant to make this things really hard for them is now Morph is just gonna start the split push. Okay.
Bye-bye.
3-4-3 is like, damn dude.
Cold.
That is
And
that is
now
messed
Matumba
up.
Man is going to come in. If the telekinesis on a mid one, thanks to Jarek's getting
Oh
the
my-
link forward.
He died so fast.
He did.
Even with that cloak, the amount of HP that he has and that wand, they blew him up so fast. Jarek's had a just timber chains forward.
I mean, Matsu's level 16 at 23 minutes.
Yeah, you're in a good position. And Mushi has the CP available, but seems like he's a little bit reluctant to come back without the
Dire's
Timber Stall.
structures are fortified.
Although Timber has respawned, it's the Bane. Bane will always be respawned. Don't worry, Mushi. Looks like they're conceding this
Dire's
Rax.
top barracks are under attack.
I don't think they had too many other options, to be honest.
Maybe if Mushi's there and he just continues to Acid Claw, but it seems like he just told his team to wait while he gets his Manta before they get into an engagement.
It's going to come forward now. Matumba Man rebuffs him with the quick combination, leaving Mushi at half health. Now the initiation from Ohio, but it's not fast enough. They managed to get mind control to put a stop to any pullback with his double stuns. Fada, a little bit too far forward, actually. He's going to be Fiend Script up and taken out, but Matumba Man gets the reprisal in Alchemist. Now starts morphing into strength as he battles it out with 3-4-3 underneath the Chakram. The pullback there still isn't enough damage, and now it's going to be DJ, who underneath the tier 4 towers will also fall.
What's going on?
As a Fate Bolt comes out.
Okay, so melee barracks still stand. Matumba Man desperately trying to
What are they?
morph back the other way. He's just going to come back in through the replicate. But everybody else from Liquid is so low. And okay,
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
did Crow just...
They just died to the replicate that Enchantress stole.
Yeah.
Which
Dire's top
Matumba Man
barracks
could have
have fallen.
stopped if he just came back.
Huh. Jarek's almost died for that too.
I know, that's why they smoked up, because the Radiance was burning them down. So they're like, oh, quick, hide.
Man, that was...
Hide from the fake Alchemist Man.
I was just about to compliment Liquid on back-to-back flawless games, but you gotta giggle at some things.
I could just imagine Crow. Matu, come back! Matu! Matu, come back! I'm dying! Matu never came.
That was pretty... That's pretty entertaining. As Matumba Man still has that Aegis available, not for too much longer, but they are on the chase for that Alkalusion.
Oh, almost killed him. Good attempt at the Nightmare to be able to dodge that combination. Matumba Man actually low enough here. They managed to get the lasso, but he's still morphing through strength. Can he survive? A little bit more. Oh my god, he's got the space now. He turns around, gets a little bit more stun. They need the damage. The Fiend Script doesn't actually hit onto Matumba Man. It locks down on Mind Control instead. A good kill, yes, but Matumba Man finally takes out, losing that Aegis. Now they get the stun onto Jarek's. That's going to be 3. Matumba Man will waveform himself away. That is not a kill that Fnatic could possibly chase down a
Dire's
second
bottom
time,
tower is
but
under
still,
attack.
a big win, taking away that Aegis and picking up 3 kills.
That was like 3k gold for them.
Radiant's middle
Every little
tower
bit counts right now
under
is
attack.
10k in both
Dire's
categories, but
bottom tower is under
that is kind of what they need to get it started, as Matumba Man just blows up 3-4-3. The weird thing is 3-4-3 hasn't even died that much this game. Mid one has died 7 times to his 5, which is pretty insane to think about, considering the Bane has had no space to farm and they just haven't been able to take team fights.
Morphling just picked up the Ethereal Blades. Couple minutes later, boom, full Manta. Linken's Ethereal Blade, Manta, Boots of Travel, all by 27 minutes. The Alchemist,
Gotta be careful.
best way to describe it, he's going to be rivaling the Alchemist when it comes to net worth and easily beating him out with the kill. And now, DJ's going to be the next target. Matamba Min doesn't have a nuke just yet. Going to be slept up, woken up by mind control. Matu thinking about going for the dive.
They're gonna continue to just go for this. There is a buyback available on Mushi. I'm not sure how much he wants to go for it considering, but this is gonna mean a second set of racks if he doesn't, so immediately goes for it and cancels the TP as everybody from Fnatic are smoked. Maybe the last attempt they have at this, if they're gonna stand any chance at trying to go for a top 4 in the group.
Smoke revealed, and Fnatic don't actually gain anything from it.
They need this win so bad just to continue their hopes of an upper bracket. But Liquid instead, looks like they want to disengage without the Aegis available to them. Probably just go for this bottom push instead. So much more safe. They know that Mushi's already popped that buyback, so all they have to do is win half of a team fight where they kill him and they might just be able to end it.
Poor Bane. 3-4-3, dies again.
Oh.
They are going to be able to get the last one to return until again. Mind control blinks in, hits the spike paraphrase. The combination with the stun stops the Bat Rider in his tracks and they blow him up. Matumba Man now jumps forward. The Infest. Okay, good steal there from DJ, but on the left-hand side, mid one will die again. 3 down from Fnatic. Liquid don't need to go for the safe push anymore. They can go straight down mid.
Yeah, there's no buyback on any of them. They're gonna pop the healing ward, bring Matamba Man to full HP as Jarex jumps in deep.
And he's back. The burst damage. Oh, it's what you were talking about. The Ethereal Blade Omni Slash.
But it's not gonna matter.
It's not.
They have way more than enough damage to take him out, and with Mushi dead with no buyback, I think this is gonna mean minimum of mega creeps. As Liquid are gonna have to do this with just, or Fnatic are gonna have to do this 5v4.
Yeah, not even gonna risk it. Liquid's like, no, mega creep, that is child's play. Let's go tier 4s and throne. Forced out the GG from Fnatic. Fnatic just hoping to be able to get a kill on mind control, but before it all ends, and it does indeed.
All right, so Fnatic gonna go down 0-2 in this series, which would leave them at 2 points in this overall group. I think that means they can no longer advance. I'm not 1000% sure on that.